actually thought I'd just give you a quick view inside the cabin before we obviously begin any renovations and decorating it and whatever you can do with a metre squared area. But yeah, so essentially this is you know, the dimensions that you can see in front of you. It's pretty much about 6 foot long, so just long enough for Pete and I to lay down. Actually, to be fair, it is long enough to fully stretch out, so no problems there. Height-wise, we're talking here maybe, you know, a couple of foot at best. Not a lot of room to play with. I'll lean back and see if you can see the actual clearance here. So obviously not a lot of space. At the business end of the cockpit, this is where all of our comms equipment is. So I'm just going to show you those. This is the setup from the last journey. At the moment, this is essentially the connections with the solar panels, battery monitor. I don't think any of this is actually necessarily going to work, but we're hoping to at least replicate this.
There's probably, what, about 2,000 nuts and bolts on this boat, and we've got an action plan to try and get to one of them. So it's day 3 of the refurbishment project now. Today's activities have been largely around taking the demolition job perhaps one step further. We're actually now considering stripping out everything in terms of the outside deck area and redesigning all of the compartments, every fixture and fitting, and just really the whole setup of day-to-day life outside on the deck. One of the things that I've noticed today, taking apart the final components, some of the extra bits that were floating around on the deck area, silly things like bottle holders. I noticed today in taking them apart, even subtle things like the fixtures and fittings, sometimes unnecessarily large and also heavy as well. So part of the process of designing you know, any part of the boat will be evaluating the importance of it and assessing whether it's worth basically contributing, you know, grams or kilograms of weight towards, you know, the most important areas. Things like bottle holders, my understanding is that anything above the waterline, you probably want to keep it as light as possible, unless it's of great value. So there's a number of these around at the moment, and this is the one way of lightening the boat and making it maybe more stable and certainly faster.